Welcome, Scott Thompson. Scott, so nice to have you here.
Oh, it's so nice to be here again.
You've been, you know, it's hard to have you on the show now because you're on the road with this buddy tour.
Yeah, I actually toured with the book, and I toured in character, so I was touring as Buddy Cole, a very effeminate homosexual, very overt homosexual, as opposed to me, who's a covert homosexual.
Okay.
Which means
stealth homosexual.
Yeah, which means I only have sex with spies. And
well, how did it go? How did the tour go?
Well, it went, you know, it went good, but I had a few problems in the hinterland, Texas, and I'm not gonna, like, you know, poop all over the whole state, just San Antonio. I had
good. Pick the one part
the capital.
Pick the one part of Texas where we're actually on at the correct time.
Oh, good,
good. Great.
So I had a few problems. I was plagued by walkouts a lot, and
people would physically walk away from the show.
Yeah, sometimes in groups of 30.
Sorry.
And it was funny. Like at one point, so many people walked out. Like it was a bachelorette party, and 28 of them walked out, and 2 stayed. I think the bride stayed because she wanted some tips on how to keep her man. And so I did. I won't say what I told her.
Okay.
But anyway, so at one point they were walking out, and I said to the audience, I said, you know, you must be the only people in the world that have never seen an effeminate blonde man before. You must be the only people in America that haven't seen Titanic. What? Oh, please. I mean, let's get real here.
You're right to go after that movie. People hate that movie.
Exactly. Next thing you know, I'll go after Fred McMurray and My 3 Sons. Yeah. I hate him. But it's like, I don't think that to be a leading man, you have to be Harrison Ford. But I do think that you should be able to do at least 1 push-up. I mean, when little Leo finally kisses Big Kate, I thought it was a lesbian scene. But the only problem was that the wrong person was on top.
Okay.
I thought it would have been a lot better. Come on. It would have been a lot hotter instead of that little arm scratching the window. If, you know what I mean? She put him over a barrel and just gave it to him. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? Just like... you know, he just like strap on and like, what's because he looks like a pirate's peg boy to me, you know what I mean? Peg boy, yes.
Haven't heard that phrase in a while.
But it's just, you know, I like to go after the biggest star in the world.
Yeah,
and
it's what's endeared you to millions.
Exactly. I think that, you know, they talk about how they're worried that, you know, Calista Flockhart is anorexic. That's not true. The thing is, she's been dieting because she's starring opposite Leo. And they don't want her to overpower him, so she is instructed to get down to 63 pounds.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I understand there was an ugly incident in San Antonio. What happened there?
There was another ugly incident, yes, in San Antonio. You do a lot of radio, morning radio with, the, you know, shock jocks.
Yeah.
And, but the funny thing is, it's on radio, so you don't know that sometimes these rock and roll guys have toupees and they're 60. So I was on this one rock show with these 2 60-year-olds with toupees, and they all think they're Howard Stern, so they always have like slack-breasted strippers sitting in there, you know what I mean? So there was this like this poor stripper sitting there with their breasts hanging out, and I mentioned it, and I said, you know, the T word, you know, rhymes with I can't say it. Oh, gee, tatas.
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 Tatas. We'll call them tatas.
So I mentioned tatas, and he said, you can't say that. That's against the regulations. I said, hey, wait a minute. Earlier in the show, you called me a faggot, and you can say that. And he goes, yes, faggot. So I started going,
No. Tatas.
Tatas, tatas, tatas. So he started going, fag, fag, fag. And then they had...
This sounds like an amazing morning show.
It's true.
To me.
They had 2 troopers, state troopers with them, and he ordered them to drag me out. And
that's terrible.
They're dragging me out of the studio. I'm yelling, he's got a toupee! He's got a toupee!
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. What verbal sparring between the two of you.
Oh, it was really good. I like that.
Now, how's your, last time you were on the show, you were talking about your corncob friend. And I understand...
Corny girl?
Corny girl.
Yeah.
How is Corny girl?
This is very difficult for me, Conan, because, well, on the road, Corny girl was kidnapped.
No.
Yes, she was. She was kidnapped from me in Victoria, British Columbia. And that was very sad. I thought nothing could go wrong from there because it's an island, so you get there on a ferry. And it's named after a queen.
Right.
But someone stole my corncob, well, Buddy's corncob doll.
Yes.
And so I haven't received a ransom note yet, but if you don't mind, I would like to read a little open letter to the person who kidnapped my corncob doll.
I'm sure they're watching, yeah.
Well, they're watching because, well, Corny Girl's watching because she loves the gang here at Leighton.
Okay.
So I'd like to, but I'm going to have to do this in character. Do you mind if I switch into character?
This is to the person who stole Corny Girl?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn around and then come back as Buddy Cole, okay?
Okay.
All right. Camera 3. Dear Freak, you probably think it's funny to kidnap someone's corncob doll, but I don't. I think it's sad. Not sad like Saving Private Ryan, but sad like Robin Williams playing himself as a youth in What Dreams May Come. The thought of my poor corncob doll in your greasy clutches makes my blood run cold. Not cold like the frigid depths of the Volga River, but cold like Martha Stewart, welcoming guests and passing out condoms and hors d'oeuvres in an orgy. Oh, camera 2. All I can do now is, camera 2, is hope and pray that Corny Girl hasn't fallen victim to the Stockholm Syndrome. But if so, please do not photograph her with a beret, as it connotes something entirely different today. Corny Girl, come home to Daddy. There's a chilled martini in your corn husk smoking jacket hanging by the dog door. Yours, Buddy Cole.
Aww. Good look for Corny Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Babylon is in stores. Purchase the book, please. Scott Thompson, hilarious as always, on command. Scott Thompson, everybody. We'll be right back with Raspy Tina.